Hi guys, welcome back to Brown Girl Finance Friday. My name is Cyber Red, and every Friday I give you a business tip or a financial tip that I have used or am in the process of using on my journey to financial freedom. So today we're going to be talking about how I took a 10K loss and how I got recuperated myself from that loss in only 2 months. So you might want to go grab you a drink, a notebook, because it's going to be it might be a long video, maybe 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump right into this. So first, let me tell you what happened. So I've been saving because, I wanted to move into a house. I wasn't sure where I wanted to move into a house at, but I was saving because I wanted to move into a house that I will eventually turn into a rental property when I was, ready to move into my next house. So that was my plan. I was just going about my plan, living my life. Then, Corona hit. And while I was looking for houses, I ended up getting let go or whatever. So I couldn't pay rent. So I was like, okay, how am I going to get this money to pay rent? Because I can't just not pay it. So I don't know what I was doing, but before, like last year, I think I was out of work for like a couple months or something. And I earned about this thing called Instacart. So I tried doing it, but it wasn't making me that much money. It was like, I made like 16 bucks. I got all these groceries and only made like $16. So after that, I never, touched the app again. So I was talking to my mom about it. I was like, Mom, I can't believe this happened. I don't know where I'm going to get this money. I don't know where I'm going to get money in general. Like, because, everything was shut down at that point. Like, so I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So she was like, hey, do you still do that Instacart thing? Like, she just said that. And I was like, no, I don't do that because I don't make no money. She was like, I don't know, maybe you should just try it. That's what she said. So I was like, okay. So I went out and I started noticing that all the batches was high. But this is around, mind you, this is all around the time when Corona first hit. So I guess everybody was like trying to hurry up and stock them on groceries because they didn't know how long they had to be in quarantine. They had to be in the house. They needed toilet paper. They needed groceries and all that. So all the batches was like $30 and higher. And it was like my phone just kept going off all day. So I went out and I ended up making $100 in about 3 hours. So I was like, you know what? This is wild. Like, this is wild. Like, this is really something. So I end up, all week I did it in my car. I'm going to get to you why I needed the 10K and how I lost it in a minute. But I just want to give you a little backstory of how I even got here. So I ended up making my rent in 1 week. I made $700 1 week, and I was able to scrape up some money from other places or whatever. So then I was like, you know what, this is wild. If I can make $700 in 1 week, like that's not a lot of money, but that's a lot of money for, to be getting groceries, because I really didn't do that but get groceries, and I only had to go to the store 3 times, which I'm going to explain a little bit later. So I was like, okay, let me just, start doing this. So I started Instacart and, and just racking up my money and just saving it. But I wasn't like taking it that seriously because I ended up getting like a little job, like because I have a security license. So I ended up getting like a little security job while I was in between jobs. So I was like, I don't really need it now because I got, extra bread income coming in or whatever until I find like another big girl job. So I was like, all right, I don't need to, do it aggressively. But then I had an old car. So I had a 2007 Chevy Malibu. I bought it when I first started college. I had my baby girl for a long time. So I had my baby girl probably like 4 or 5 years. I had my baby girl for 5 years. I bought her. I paid her off. I bought her from a car dealership, not a used car dealership, because I got it from like Ford Carbon, like a professional car lot or whatever, but it was used. So she ran for me good. She never really gave me no problem. So I bought her, but she ended up dying because I forgot to change the oil. Like, I forgot that you had to get oil changes. So I'm a girl. So I forgot. So my car ended up dying. So I'm like, oh my God. So now I don't have no car. So now at this point I don't have no car, but what I do have is a job. So I'm like, what am I going to do now? Like, what am I going to do now? So I just, came home and I started thinking, like, I was like, you know what? I have the money to get to go buy a car straight out. Like, cause I've been saving money since I started working at 14. I've been saving money. Like, I just save money. I don't know. I never knew what I was saving it for, but I always had a savings account just in case I needed it. So I got, you know, a couple dollars. You feel me? So I was like, I have enough money to buy a car straight out. So I'm like, should I go ahead and do that? Because that 10K gonna put a dent in my little savings. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get the car, and I'm gonna get the car I wanted. Which is crazy because I actually manifested. I don't take this down too much, but this is the car I got. I wanted a brand new Chevy Impala, a newer year, and that's what I actually manifested. But I did not mean to manifest it the way it did. I did not mean for my car to die, and I had to be forced to get a new car. But that's how my baby Snow White came into my life. My car died, so I had to go get a new one. So I found a car dealership that had one for the price that I wanted, and I bought it straight out. So it ended up being like altogether like 10K. So basically I had to pay that 10K or whatever, and I got me a brand new Chevy Impala 2017. It's really, you know, it's like my style. I love it so much. Like, it's not, you know, a 2020, but it's really nice. I really like that car. And this is the car I'm gonna get until I get ready to get my luxury car, which would be when I hit 6 figures. I'm gonna go get me a little truck, you feel me? But like, and that's later. But anyway, so I had to buy this car. So I'm like, okay, I bought this car, and now it put a dent in my savings. I need to put that money back, because even though I still have money left over, I feel like I have to put that money back, because to me it's a loss. Like, it's like a loss. That's a lot of money. Like, that's investing money. I can put down on a house. I can, you know, put that in a stock market. There's so much shit I could have did with that. So it's like, I can't just not have it. So what I did was I was like, what if I just Instacart every day after work? So I ended up having an overnight job. So my overnight job, I worked from 8:30. I worked from 12 o'clock at night to 8 in the morning, right? So what I did was, I was like, all right. So I went to my brother. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a rental car, and I'm gonna do Instacart on a rental car, because I feel like it'd be worth it. And he was, at first he didn't know what Instacart was either. So he was like, why would you do that? I'm like, listen, if you do it this amount of days, you can make this amount of money. And, you know, and by the time we end up our journey, I'm going to have, you know, my 10K, but you'll get 5 if you do it on the days that I tell you to do it and how you do it. So we basically went half on the rental car, got like the cheapest rental car they got, and it was like $350 a week. And that was basically, you know, so we went half $350 a week. I used the job for my money. I used the money for my job or whatever, and using money from his job. But we basically flipped it, because after a couple days, you know, it only I did $100 a day. So basically, so we got a $350 a week rent a car. And since I got off at 8, I would come in and I would sleep until 12, because you have all the way from 8 in the morning to 8 at night to do Instacart. So I would come in, I would go to work from 12 to 8, then I would come home and go to sleep from 8 to 12, and then I would go out Instacarting from 1 to 6, and then come in and take a nap, and then before I had to go to work. So in that time period, my brother, he had different schedules. So he would take it in the morning from like 8 in the morning to 12, because you can make $100 before 12 o'clock hits, because it starts at 8, and it's that easy. So I would do that, and I did that every day. And on the weekends, I got up early and went out at 8 in the morning, and didn't come back until 8 at night, when it was time for me to go to work. So before it was time for me to go to work. So basically I did $100 a day, so that was $700, and I did $200 on the weekends, so that was an extra $200, making it $900 a week. So basically I did $900 a week for 10 weeks. And it sounds bad, but it's really not that bad, because all I did was, the way Instacart work is, you get basically you get an app, you download this app on your phone, and then you could choose what orders you do. So what I did was, I made sure I only took big batches. So that means it had to be 30, it had to be 32, or I took some 30s, I'm not gonna lie, but I try to do 32 just in case you gotta do a replacement, and then it comes down, so that way it only be like a couple dollars, so that way it'll still end up being my $30. But anyway, so I took 30 and up, only took 30 and up batches, and I did 3 of those a day, so that's automatically $90. If I did 30 a day, but usually it's like 35, 38, 39. Sometimes if you're lucky, you get like 60. I've got $60 batches. I've got a $100 batch before. I've gotten, you know, $50 batches. Like, it just depends. Like, you can really get $60 for going to the grocery store to get 20 things. And it sounds like it's hard, but once you do it for a while, you usually, Instacart sends you to the same grocery stores. So it's like after a while, you kind of know where everything at. So let's say what I would do is I would go to like a rich neighborhood, like a neighborhood where wealthier people live at. Because if you know anything, I don't know, I guess I think like strategically. When I'm doing anything, I plan it out and I think strategically, like this is how much money I'm gonna make if I do it this amount of time, and this is where I'm going to do it at. So I went to like where I live at. I live in Delaware, so the richer neighborhoods would probably be like Castle and like PA, like out in the sticks and stuff like that, like where the $1 million houses are. I went to those places because those type of neighborhoods have neighborhood meetings, and their neighbors all talk to each other. They go golfing and shit. So you know, while they're on a golf field, their husbands probably saying like, yeah, Mary just started this thing called Instacart or whatever, so now I don't have to go to the grocery store. They talk like that. You get what I'm saying? They talk like that. So everybody in that area was already on Instacart. So if I went to, let's say, so my favorite spot was out was Pike Creek, and that's close to Castle. So I would go to Pike Creek, Acme, and I would sit there. And I would go in there and I would get batches. They would come up $40, $30, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they tip you on top of that when you get to the house. Like you'll get a $40 batch and they'll tip you $20 when you get there. So boom, you made $60 in one run. So I would sit in front of Acme out Pike Creek, and I'll wait for my orders to come, and they'll come in, and they'll be only 6 minutes away because they all live in the neighborhood next door, but they don't want to get up and go shopping, you know, at the grocery store for no reason. But it's not a problem because it's helping me out. And mind you, it's a pandemic, so everybody's scared. They don't want to come outside. You know what I'm saying? But I know my immune system, and I know my God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not scared. So I took it as an opportunity. In every situation, it's always opportunity. You got to find that opportunity. So anyway, I took that as an opportunity. So what I did was I sat there in that neighborhood, and I went in there and got that groceries. Okay, $3 $40 orders. They all 6 minutes away from the store. So I went in there and got my orders, dropped them off their store. Castle is a nice neighborhood. So, and it's like they have no contact because of COVID. So I don't have to wait for nobody to open the door. So basically I just went in there, got their produce, got their milk, their eggs or whatever, dropped it off at their step. And then once I took a picture of it, they confirmed it, my money goes right in my account. And it happened just like that, just like that, just like that. And I just kept doing that over and over again. I would pack a lunch, pack some snacks. So I pack a lunch, pack some snacks, you know, and some water. And I would just be in that rental car all day, just racking up money. Because if you think about it, everything's closed anyway, so I didn't have nothing to do. I wasn't missing nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was during the week, and I did it like right when I got off work, so I wasn't really doing, I'm not like a happy hour person or a hangout person. I don't watch TV, so I wasn't doing anything to where I needed, you know, to not be making money. You get what I'm saying? So I kept doing that for 10 weeks, and that's how I put the money back in my account that I lost. So what I'm saying is, if you want to do it, my suggestion to you would be to go half on a rental car, because you don't want to, you can use your own car. People use their own car, and now that I've got my savings back to where it needs to be, I use my car sometimes, not a lot, because I love my car and I don't want to put no extra miles on it, because I already drive to Philly like every other day, so I don't want to be putting too much like strain on her. So but I only use her like if I need to hurry up and save, like if I want like a new wig or something, or if I want, like, if I got a photo shoot coming up, or I got like, you know, I need some extra stuff for my business, I gotta pay some legal fees, like, you know, like if I need some extra cash real fast, you know, so if I need extra cash real fast, that's when I do it. It's a great side hustle to have, and literally, like, you can literally make your paycheck only working like 10 hours a week. Like, it's that ridiculous. You just gotta be strategic. Like, you don't need to take, because you're gonna see like $10, $15 orders on there. But if you wait and you go to certain neighborhoods where you know they spending money, and you know the groceries is gonna be high, then you'll make more money. Like, go to a neighborhood, go to a Whole Foods. Like, go to a neighborhood that's close to a Whole Foods, or go to like a neighborhood that has houses that none of the houses in there are under 500,000. Go to a neighborhood like that where all the houses are 500,000 and up. If you go to a grocery store in their neighborhood like that, they're going to spend money. They're going to tip you, and they're going to spend money. Like, some people cheat, but you don't got to take the cheap ones. Most people are going to spend money. My favorite places to go was PA and Jersey. Like, I don't like Jersey stores, but the Jersey people got money. Man, I tell you, they got money. Like, they got money. They would send me their store for $60, and then when I come back, they would give me like $30, you know, for a tip. So it's like, And I'll be literally getting some milk and eggs in a Snickers bar. It'd be that deep for $100. So I went and got this girl a Snickers bar for $100. So it'd be like that. So my favorite places is Jersey and PA. Good. I love Wegmans, because Wegmans, I go to the Wegmans, any Wegmans in PA, because it tells you what aisle it is. So it tells you what aisle, like it'll say aisle A9 on the left. So you'll be able to hurry up and find the stuff, even though you'll know it anyway. But I keep going. So basically, that's how I put it in my account. And a lot of people gonna say, oh, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. And you gotta pay taxes on Instacart. You do. But like at the end of the day, you only gotta pay 10% of what you make. So that means I only gotta give up $1,000 when I pay taxes. I'm going to have that 1,000 because I'm a saver anyway. So, you know, I just have to take it out of 10K I made, and I only got not, but I still have 9,000. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, why not? Mind you, this is me doing this after work, so I still have a full-time paycheck, and I still have a part-time, like a per diem job that I go to also to get extra money. Because how I feel about it is, yes, you don't want to have all these jobs. Yes, you don't want to do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you have to have multiple streams of income. And right now, I want to have as many streams of income until I get the streams of income I want coming in consistently, if that makes sense. So once my business really start doing numbers, you know, and my investments really start the numbers, then I can start, you know, slashing out jobs. Then I'm done with my per diem job. Then I'm done with, you know, Instacart. Then I'm done with my full-time job. Then I'm just my business and my investments. But you have to climb that ladder. Like, people want to get rich overnight. You're not going to get rich overnight. You can't sit in your house and be like, oh, I don't have money to do this. I don't have money to do this. I wish I could save. I wish I could have a savings account. I wish I had an emergency fund. But yet you don't want to do nothing to get it. You know what I'm saying? You think I didn't want to be out there, like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it was kind of fun though, because it was like a scavenger hunt and I'm getting paid for it, and I'm really not doing nothing but getting groceries. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't, and I seen at the time, a lot of people was losing their jobs. So it was like a lot of other Instacarters out there, and it was all helping each other. Like, this is before like unemployment hit and all that stuff. So it was lit. Like, I just feel like it was lit. And I had a rental car, so I was like, I went to all these different places. Like, I was all throughout PA and places I've never seen before. I got to see like beautiful houses. I got to meet like beautiful people, because some of the people was really nice, and they would talk to me for a while, you know, like, yeah, I do this. Like, it was really nice. It was really nice. And I love beautiful houses and beautiful like architecture and all that stuff. And like some of the houses I seen, like, it was like straight motivation to me. So yes, I was dropping off groceries and stuff like that, but when I was like deep in PA, I was dropping off groceries to like mansions, like houses that cost $1 million. Like, I got groceries off at this one house. They had a motherfucking fountain in there. They had one of them like drive-throughs, a gate I had to drive through, and they had like a loop, and then they had a fountain in the middle of the loop, and they had like these big French doors and stuff like that. And I was like, who the fuck live here? Like, I was like, who lives here? Like, the president, it was so beautiful. But I got to see stuff like that, and that motivated me. Like, yo, like, maybe I'm doing this because I'm meant to see like luxuries in life. And if I keep working hard and keep, you know, stacking my bread and all that, then I can have these luxuries. So you gotta think about it like that. But anyway, yeah, that's how I made. So what I did was basically I just went out 7 days a week, and I did $100 a week. If you start at 8 in the morning, as soon as the Instacarts start coming on there, by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll have $100, and you can go about your day. That's 12 o'clock. You can go in the house and take a nap. You can go in the house. Like, if you're not doing that, if you just want to do it on the weekends, like just make like extra $200 every 2 weeks, that adds up. Let's see you do that for 4 weeks. 2, 4, 6, 8. That's $800 extra a month. That $800 extra a month can go in your emergency fund. That can go right in your emergency fund. Boom, you got emergency fund. You do that for 2 months, boom, you got that $1,600 you got, like, just in case something happened to your car, something happened, like you can't pay rent, something, like anything. That's $1,600 you got to invest, or whatever you want to do. That's $1,600 you got, and you only did it for a month. I mean, you only did it for like, 2 months or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, on 2 days out the week, on the weekends from 8 to 12. What the fuck are you doing from 8 to 12? Most people sleeping. So like that's not act like we be doing all this stuff. Like, you can go do your Instacart, and it's a good workout too. Wear your waist trainer. You can go do your Instacart, make your $100 before 12 o'clock. Come in the house, take a little nap, get up at 3, go to the gym, come in, take a shower, get dressed, go out if you want to, go out, come in the house at 12. you know, 12, 1 o'clock, go to sleep, get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go out on Sunday. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can still have your whole day. You feel me? You can still have your whole day and still do Instacart. It's been times where I had commissions, or I had to do a project for myself, and I Instacarted earlier because my shoot wasn't until 4 o'clock. Made $100. Made that $100 to pay. I made that $100 to pay one of the people I needed for my shoot, or whatever. Let's say I needed like $100 for makeup. I made that $100 and gave it to her. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't really come out of my pocket, and all I had to do was go drop off a couple groceries before it. So I mean, this is a side hustle I urge everyone to look into, especially right now while COVID is going on and people don't want to shop, especially before like we go into the recession, because of course we're going to go into like a little mini recession. You know what I'm saying? Business has been out of too long, but you want to stack your bread, you want to have your emergency fund. You know what I'm saying? This is a quick way. You can get your emergency fund in like 2 months, maybe a month. You can have your emergency fund. So it's like, what are you really waiting for? You know what I'm saying? What are you really waiting for? So, and even if you work a 9 to 5, you have until 8. So if you get off work at 5, instead of going to the bar, you can go do Instacart until 8 o'clock and then come home, take a shower, and go watch a movie or something and be to bed by 10 and still not be tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I don't see the excuses. And you don't have to do it every day, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see how people have all these excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, but that's how I bounce back from my 10K loss. Ooh, that shit hurt, yo. I just think about when I went to the bank and I had to tell her, like, yo, I need 10K out of my savings account. Like, first of all, people in there was looking at me because they was like, wow, they didn't even think I had, because I'm so young, they wasn't expecting me to have that type of money. And they wasn't expecting, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't expecting that. So it was like, all right. And then she gave me my shit and I had to go pay in cash. I had to get that cash up. I had to get that cash up to the dealer. I was like, oh my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but money only energy is going to come right back, baby. It's going to come right back. It's going to come right back. So, and one day I'm going to be a millionaire. So I'm not worried about it. But yeah, I really urge y'all to try, and I really hope it works out for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I'm sorry that it's late. You know, hopefully this video is uploaded Friday afternoon. If not, you know, like, I'm sorry it's late, and you know, please forgive me. Like, I have like the busiest schedule ever. So, and I'm transitioning right now. I don't really want to tell everyone what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make some transition. So it's hard for me to stay on schedule. But once I have like a designated area and everything for stuff like this, then it'll be easier for me to share my life and to share my business my progress, and like different tips and tricks and stuff like that I've learned. Like, I plan on sharing all that, you know, with you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, if you find it helpful. Bye.